Your popularity is falling.
Alright, boys and girls, welcome to the first game of the day. We have Medamri here on the bottom side and Healer on the top side. Let's see what kind of magic these guys are gonna work tonight. One shuffle missing. Okay, here it is. Things are good. Curious if Medamri would try to sneak this early. Or Healer. Oh, there we go. We have some action here. Yeah, so Healer is sneaking. The one assassin on the side. We have something. We do. 2 assassins. That's a very good start from Healer. Let's see. She's gonna make it count. Unbalanced fight. So Medamri saw the archers saw the assassin on this side, but what about this side? No, he would want to go from here. Okay, so we had more than 2 assassins. Seems like there's no sneak on this side of the map. And thinking about begin mode is actually good because there aren't that many troops in the beginning of the game, so you can take the opportunity to dig moats and set up your defenses. So we have the first shields coming, and Medamri will probably do the same. Yeah.
People are leaving the castle.
None of them protected their lord yet. We have a sneak. Not sure if it's effective to sneak with one assassin. Like, if they would both tag team and destroy one, that would be more beneficial. Depending on whether Healer is gonna see them or not. If she does see them, then it will be useless. But in that case, or in this case, it was worth it. Medamri had enough time to target the cathedral separately with the single assassin. No, we have more. Nothing happening on this side. Yeah, that's actually good thinking from Medamri, because if you wanna sneak something, these are the best candidates for the sneak. They cost 500 gold each, and if they get destroyed, can't build them. You can't exactly build them back. If you know what I mean. Okay, we have a sneak here. Runner is gone. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. You know, in such games where you can spam laddermen or slaves like this, if you're lazy to dig moats or make walls, one thing you can use to detect assassins that come in towards your castle, you could actually pick like single single soldier, and just put them around your keep. So you put one here, another one here, another one here, all around your castle, so that if there are any assassins coming your way, these soldiers will be like the scouts that help you discover them. Yeah, that was a very good sneak from healer. That's gonna hurt. One thing you definitely don't want to do in such games is to give up on your castle and go in an all-in attack. It's always a bad idea. Since you don't have that many troops, you never really know if your attack is gonna work out or not. It's just gonna be too risky. I mean, she lost all of the apple production here. Not sure if it's worth what she's doing here. Yeah. Yeah, I think she gave up. Going into him like this. Sneak was good, but population is sitting, and she did not defend her economy, and she has no granary at the moment. So her popularity must be really low. Yeah, no granary yet. I don't know, this feels a little desperate, to be honest. It's not enough to kill the Lord, for sure. Yeah, in this case, you would want to shoot the assassins and take control of the keep. If you take control of the enemy keep, you win. Still no granary. That ain't good. She probably just realized it. She probably just realized it. Yeah, this is game over. It's actually funny when you get sneaked and you realize it 2 minutes later. There's no coming back from this. Yeah, this is desperate. This is just desperate. I mean, I understand the pressure that sometimes can get to certain players. Like, if you play versus a player that you know is better than you, just a tougher opponent overall, sometimes it's worth to play on the defensive, you know, because unless you know what you're doing with your attack, with the rush that you're doing, it's not really gonna work out. Like in this case, she went for the attack, she went for the all-in, but she completely forgot about her economy and the apple farms, the granary, and everything that goes with it, and it just wasn't worth it. Yeah, off to the next game, I guess. Okay, so we switched sides and we're off to the second game now.
Popularity is falling.
I don't know exactly the skill level of healer when it comes to no fire, but I hope that we would see some decent catapult shooting. She's playing apples instead of bread, which indicates one or two things. One, she really is not confident playing bread. I think it's really needless to say that bread has proven to be the superior economy when it comes to no fire games. Yeah, that's option one. Or option number two, she's planning for a rush. She's planning for a rush. As far as I know, she's not really that efficient when it comes to no fire. But maybe this is the day she surprises me and the watchers as well. We'll see. Medamri is playing apples as well. Yeah, he must be noob. That's the only explanation. He's a noob, that's why he plays apples. I wish I could say something else. Not too sure about the small stockpile. It's usually annoying in no-fire games because you want to stack up stones. And if you stack up stones, then you will have no space left for the wood. So she does not know no fire. I don't know, man. I think that in 2021, it's really shameful not to know the basics of no fire at least. I'm not saying you have to be the best no fire player, but just know basics, you know? Basics so that you don't get embarrassed when you play no fire games versus real no fire players. Yeah, I remember I had conversations with a lot of beginners, a lot of mediums in the past few months, and they all say the same thing about no fire. They just don't like it. They just don't like no fire. But
People are leaving
that's the thing. If you don't play no fire, if you don't practice no fire, there is no chance in hell you will ever win any tournament out there. No chance. Unless it's a no FFS tournament, which is kind of lame, I must say. I mean, I understand that the community is not as alive as one would hope it would be, but if I was an academy player, right here, right now, 2021, and I wanted to make a name for myself, you know, learn a thing or two, start to beat better players, basically get famous, what I would do is I would literally scan over YouTube, go over the best channels of the best players, and try to learn a thing or two from every video that you see. I know it may sound a little too theoretical, but it is actually very doable. Give you an example. Let's say you wanted to get better in NoFFS, I assume. You want to get better in NoFFS, so what would you do? You'd want to know who are the best NoFFS players that you should be watching. Not just any NoFFS players, but the best ones. Because the best players are the players that are fun to watch. So if your gameplay is not fun to watch, then trust me, you're not good. You're just another robot. So now that we cleared that out of the way, you're gonna want to find the channels of a couple very good NoFFS players. Watch as many videos as you can. Try to notice just a single thing or two, you know, and make it your life goal during the next game to use that tactic that you saw in that video, or just practice it. You're gonna fail the first time, the second time, the third time, and probably the 10th time as well, but it only gets easier moving forward. And once you master that skill or you get a good hold of that skill, you move on to the next one, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I was thinking of a practical example, and the first thing that really comes to mind is the duration or the era when I was trying to learn no fire. So, like most players in the community, I was a no FFS only player, and I hated no fire because it was difficult. I had no knowledge about catapults and stuff, and the day I decided to change that, I started to play 2 versus 2 games. That's how I started, because I did play a few 1 versus 1 games, but I was losing so badly. It only made me hate no fire more, which is bad because I don't want to hate no fire. I actually want to start to like it, get to know it. So I started with 2 versus 2 games. I remember I used to play at the time with mostly with Persia Amir and XCon Iran. They always used to play as a team, and I would play with whoever with me in team and play versus them. And I learned so much playing versus these guys just by doing mistakes again and again and again and again. And that's constant practice, that daily practice. Play no fire every single day. Try to Pop is dying. Try to play as much or as many no fire games as possible. That's helped me improve my no fire skill. Now, this is not extraordinary, and this is something that any beginner or any medium can actually pull. But what I noticed the most is that a lot of players lack motivation or dedication. Like, when they started to play in Game Ranger, the first thing or the first rule that they encountered was no FFS, was 3,000 gold, 10 minutes of peacetime, that typical rule. And they would just stick with it. They like the comfort zone and they don't want to leave this comfort zone. And that cannot be good because, like I said, if you're not fun to watch, then you're not good. And trust me, no one really wants to see a medium player playing 3,000 the usual no FFS 10 minutes of peacetime game. That's boring. We saw that type of games 100 times. This age, 2021, 2022, calls for players that are fast, players that are exceptional when it comes to their gameplay, like players that have something unique in their gameplay, the thing that makes you want to watch their gameplay the most. Like, there are a few names that when popped to mind, you would stop what you're doing and you would just open up YouTube and watch them play live, because of their nicknames, because you know that you're gonna watch something good. That's the level that an aspiring Stronghold Crusader player should get to. Yeah, and with that being said, let's watch these no FFS players play no fire. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. I mean, since we're talking about exceptional gameplay, I always think that a concrete example is the best thing really to describe the situation. I remember the example last year during the XCon tournament. I was facing XCon Master in third round, I think, and I remember that day, the day of the game, I spoke to Tiger and I was like, "See, man, playing versus Master and stuff, but I really want to do something new. I don't want to play the usual Sins and Horse Archers gameplay. Been doing that all my life. I'll try something new." And that's when I came up with the idea of trying two groups of horse archers and assassins, and it failed miserably. It failed miserably. It was so embarrassing, but that was the first time I tried such attack, and tried it another time and another time and kept getting better at it, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And if I can do it, anyone else can. Where are the catapults? I mean, I could swear this was a no-fire game. Is there tactic in chess? I learned from watching grandmasters in chess. Bruh, watching grandmasters in chess is super confusing for me. Yeah, remember I tried to do that as well, to introduce myself to chess, but that was not very fun to do. Yeah, we're still waiting for the first catapult. I mean, this is the perfect time to use cows. Like, if these catapults in here would be shooting cows at these knights here, they can do a lot of damage. And I'm not sure if Healer is gonna try to sneak, because if I was her, I would definitely try to sneak. Anytime you play versus someone who plays versus you without walls, without moat, you're gonna want to punish them for it. And you punish them hard. I don't care if you're a beginner, medium, or an expert, you're gonna want to punish them. You have no excuse not to sneak with a full flag of assassins right now and wreak havoc. Too many assassins. Too many assassins. It would have been better if she would have made horse archers instead. Yeah, this is so no FFS. And it rarely works out. It rarely works out. Yeah. See, there are two kinds of players. Two kinds of players. The first kind of players is the kind of player that, after this game, would go back to playing the same boring no FFS that they're used to. And the second kind of players is the kind of players that have the mentality of winners, the mentality of players who want to improve. Like, when you lose this bad, or when you lose this badly in a no fire game, this should be like a red flag to you. Like, hey man, you're bad. You gotta do something about it if you wanna get good. And you would then, and this would be the turning point where you would go and start practicing no fire and new rules. That's how one gets to improve. Yeah, we've been seeing this for so many years now. The very same players that have been playing no FFS for so many years, but they never try to play no fire because they don't like it. Emphasis on like it. Yeah. I mean, that was not even a good attempt, no FFS wise. That's not even a decent no FFS rush. You can do better than this, Healer. You can do better than this.